United had a spell the first 10 minutes, but since then it's been all Liverpool.
Van Dijk now to Diaz with a flick. Here's Robertson down the left hand side. Robertson marauding down the wing into Szoboszlai in the penalty area. Ball right across the box. Salah on the left foot swings it over the top of the crossbar and lands it halfway up the lower tier of the Stretford end.
Oh, it's great football again from Liverpool. Szoboszlai picks him out. Maguire misses the header, should be doing better. And Salah, you're just thinking at the moment he's getting these chances, he's not putting them away, but he's still world class. But it's a good opportunity, just fires it over the bar.
Jurgen Klopp went right down on his knees when Salah didn't convert that. And I have to say, it does take me back 3 weeks here when Liverpool in the second half of that match had chance after chance, didn't take them, and they were made to pay. So strictly speaking, Manchester United are still in the game because of Liverpool's wastefulness.
They are, but I'm looking at Man United. They got players throwing their arms in the air, but they've got no idea how they're going to break Liverpool down or how they're going to create stuff at the moment.
Ball out of play for a throw on the far side. The match started in genuinely stormy conditions. Must be the tail end, I think, of Storm Kathleen, which has posed problems, I think, up and down the country today, but it's moved away and it is now dry as Liverpool take the throw down into the full-back position. Luis Diaz is there, Maguire as well. Maguire comes out with the ball, left-footed towards the halfway line, where Kobbie Mainoo gets a touch on that. Rashford is off now, head down the left wing for Rashford. Might have run it out of play. He did, says the assistant on the far side. He was being chased by 3 Liverpool players. It was very tight, and just one of those touches just took it over the line. Throw in.
Yeah, it was good pace from Rashford, but they know he's a threat because you had 3 Liverpool players chasing him back.
Liverpool so far 13 shots, and Manchester United have had none. No attempts on goal, and so 13-0 at the moment, and that, I'm afraid, is rather damning. You know, this is why we have this discussion. This is why the debate, Monday Night Club tomorrow night. If it stays like this, if Liverpool win it, it will be this kind of discussion that Mark Chapman will be having with Chris Sutton, and Andros Townsend's on the programme tomorrow night, and Rory Smith as well. And there will be a Masters preview, by the way, at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, which I must mention. Ian Carter's already in the United States. He's actually at the Live event in Florida this weekend, Ian, where he spoke to John Rahm, the defending champion for the Masters, and that interview, that feature-length interview, will be on 5 Live tomorrow night between 9 and 10, and full coverage, commentary from Augusta next weekend. Well, from Thursday, of course. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1. Here's McAllister. And then back to Kwanzaa, and Liverpool have it halfway inside their own half. I just feel at the moment these 3 title chasers, they are so much in the groove.
Yeah.
You know, they are battle hardened, aren't they? And Liverpool look like that to me here today.
They do, and they're miles ahead of everyone else as well. Those 3 teams, they've been outstanding, and you can see here, Man United get the ball, and Dalot gets it. He just plays it up the field.
Long ball forward for Liverpool, but Cambuala was underneath that, and then Maguire just hoists it straight up in the air, and then Maguire leaning forward, but Liverpool had it back in the centre circle. It's actually hard to believe that Liverpool finished below Manchester United in the Premier League last season. Yeah, let's not forget that.
That's a one-off, and I don't think that will happen for a bit now. Well, even though when Jurgen Klopp goes, there will be a big shift. But I still think if Liverpool can hold on to all of these key players, they'll still finish ahead of Man United. I think Man United is a long project.
Well, that's for the future. And now is Liverpool winning 1-0, and Diaz is, I think it was a fair tackle. It's not been given as a free kick, but he's come off worse than that, and he's clutching his ankle. And Manchester United, much to the crowd's displeasure, Casemiro's put the ball out of play. It's not a head injury, so that Luis Diaz can receive some treatment.
And he's going to get up without treatment. I'm not kicking the ball out. I agree with the fans. It's not a head injury, so why am I going to kick the ball out? I'm not kicking the ball out.
Anthony Taylor is saying to Luis Diaz, do you need treatment?
Oh, I'm watching it back. His ankle does get caught. He gets the ball, but he gets caught in the follow through. So it looked like maybe he's twisted his ankle. But I'm not kicking the ball out, John. Not in a big rival derby like this. There's absolutely no chance. With my team losing, no way.
Yeah.
need to try and get every advantage I can. We are absolutely, we're getting passed to death out here.
And he's not received treatment.
No.
He's got up, and then we've had a drop ball.
But it's not a drop ball because Núñez thought it was a drop ball. It's not. They kicked it out, so he's got to take a throw on.
Yes.
He must know the rules, no?
It is a throw. It's all right. Well, you know, all the languages that are involved in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Anthony Taylor, Dalot, Núñez. Well, they managed to find it through the international language of body language. They indicated that it was a throw, not a drop ball. Right, there we are. 1-0 Liverpool lead into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Harry Maguire with the ball at his feet gives it to his right, and the teenager Cambuala turns back and passes it to goalkeeper Onana. The only positive for Manchester United and their supporters is that it is only 1-0. Casemiro, then back to Harry Maguire, and then it's helped forward by Rashford through the middle, but that will bounce all the way to Kelleher, who takes the ball on the edge of the box. So there won't be 2 0-0s in the league between these sides. That's only happened once before. Here is Endo, right-footed pass beyond Rashford. Szoboszlai is onto this, and he's got the better of it, and he plays it across Núñez. Diaz then with the shot. Núñez allowed it to run into the path of Diaz, but Manchester United did have defenders back and were able to block it wide, and it is a corner for Liverpool. It's actually Bradley, not Szoboszlai, who took it into the area, the right back.
Yeah, you're right, and it's Rashford. He don't want to be running back to his own goal, but the problem is Salah's taking Wan-Bissaka, and they've said Wan-Bissaka man-mark Salah, so he's taking him to areas, and that's where space is where they do well with their fullbacks. Bradley's making good runs in, and good little dummy from Núñez, and it was good defending in the end from Dalot.
Yeah, Dalot's left leg blocked it wide of goal. So it's another corner to Liverpool, yet another corner. I think it's number 8, and this is from the side from which they did score the goal. So Szoboszlai takes it in, and this time Rashford actually does get there ahead of Luis Diaz, who was trying to flick it on. They looked as though they were trying to switch it around. Diaz there looking to glance it at the near post. Manchester United with Bruno Fernandes, right-footed pass, but that's way beyond anyone else, and it bounces all the way through.
You know what?
Stays in play.
I don't feel that's Bruno Fernandes. That's Garnacho. He has to run in behind. You can't keep coming to the ball, running behind. He frustrates the life out of me, John, because he's got so much ability, but I don't think he plays to his full potential.
This is going to take some transformation. Even though this is 1-0, this is going to take some transformation. It's a leap of faith, leap of imagination, really, to think that Manchester United are suddenly going to outclass Liverpool and win this match. Bradley does well, skips over the challenge of Casemiro. Now Salah on the right-hand side. Ball in just beyond Núñez in the middle, and it's collected by Onana, who's looking to get rid of it quickly, but he's miskicked it. He's miskicked it to the halfway line, and he's given it back to Liverpool. McAllister then turns. He knew that Højlund was arriving. Højlund, who's barely been involved in the match because Liverpool have had so much of the ball. Luis Diaz is then well tackled by Dalot. Actually, he thought he was away, and Liverpool now on the back foot. Manchester United with Bruno Fernandes couldn't find the pass forward. He was trying to whip it through for Rashford, but into the path of Kwanzaa. And now Liverpool with Salah on the right hand side. Salah, Maguire goes very tight on the Egyptian, who eventually goes to ground. But Maguire concedes the throw-in near the corner flag on the right.
Sometimes, fans play a big part. When they're under pressure and Onana gets that. They was not set to do that, to play it back, give it back to Liverpool. You've been defending most of the half. Just relax, Onana. Getting at half-time only 1-0.
1-0 Liverpool. Throw-in taken by them. Back it goes to Van Dijk, who calls for it in his turquoise boots on the halfway line, looking like he's not got a hair out of place.
No, he never does. I don't understand how he can play 90 minutes plus and his hair is stuck in there. It's unreal. If I was playing against him, I just tried to mess it up for the sake of it. Might not touch the ball, but at least I've messed his hair.
How mischievous is it? There's Bradley now for Liverpool on the right-hand side. 2 minutes of time are going to be added on at the end of the first half. It's been Liverpool's first half, but just the one goal. Casemiro is then beaten to it. He's dispossessed by Szoboszlai, and now McAllister, and then Diaz. Nunez is on the left-hand side now. Nunez up to the corner of the penalty area, stabs it across. Robertson back to Nunez, shoots across the face of goal, and Onana threw out the left hand. I think he got a touch on it. In fact, the offside flag was up.
Yeah, it's good play from Nunez, you're right.
Would not have counted. I think he did save it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did save it.
Another
You're
good
right,
save, actually. Wasn't to know. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1. Half-time approaching, and lots of movement now here. We've got media from all over the world. I was delighted to see Jaap Stam here amongst the many former players. Always nice to see Jaap Stam, because he's such a nice chap and he'll always have a lovely word with you, but also because he was the subject of Fact of the Day on Friday, Jaap Stam, so I was doubly pleased to see him. Tony Lipsy's fact was that it was Jaap Stam's snoring that kept Ole Gunnar Solskjaer awake in the week of the Champions League final in 1999. That was
helped, though, didn't it?
Of the day. Well, clearly it did. It did the trick, and so that was Friday's Fact of the Day, every Friday at 5:20 on 5 Live. Here is Luis Diaz playing the ball in field towards Salah. McAllister then, other space here. Szoboszlai chests it down. Now on the right-hand side, Bradley's ball across, but Manchester United got defenders in the right place at the right time. It was Wan-Bissaka who blocked it behind corner yet again for Liverpool.
Yeah, it's good defending from Wan-Bissaka, because I just feel like Szoboszlai should have had that shot, John. I just think it was one pass too many. It was a slow pass into Bradley, but you got to credit Wan-Bissaka, he does well. And
that was one of the things that caught them out in the FA Cup tie 3 weeks ago. It was almost like trying to walk the ball into the net. So it is another corner in added time. Liverpool could really twist the knife here if they're able to take advantage. Corner played into the near post. Not like that, they won't. Bruno Fernandes is able to volley it away out of play on the far side for a throw-in to Liverpool. Did you play against Jaap Stam, Clinton, or was he before you?
Yeah. No, I played against Jaap Stam, Premier League and international. I played on the other defender. I weren't getting near him, that's for sure.
Why does that not surprise me?
Exactly.
Well, the whistle goes before Liverpool can take the throw. They've dominated the first half, absolutely dominated. After a competitive first, 10 minutes or so, Liverpool then took charge, scored a goal from a right-sided corner. Nunez flicking it across. Diaz volleyed it into the net from 6 yards. And they lead 1-0. All they lack, Liverpool, is a second.
United are still in this game.
Yeah, Liverpool doing what they need to do to go back to the top of the Premier League table.
So open, Clinton. I mean, we talked before the game a lot about the very dynamic.
Even when he's full fit, I don't think he covers the ground like he used to. He's still a brilliant, good midfielder, but they're lacking pace in that midfield area. So you look at that, do they bring on someone like a Mason Mount to give them energy, just coming back from injury, because that's where they're getting opened up in midfield. You're right, Crossy. They break Man United and they're not quick enough to recover, and that's how Liverpool are getting their joy.
But Liverpool have not killed this game, and for their dominance in the first half, perhaps they should have done.
Yeah, they should have done, without shadow of a doubt. They've had great opportunities, and it's, you know what, it's either the final pass, the final shot just there at the end. Szoboszlai maybe should have got his shot away. Bradley, good defender from Wan-Bissaka, and it's just moments like that where Liverpool are missing. But they've been dominant, they've been outstanding in this 30-45, but they have to be more clinical, and that's the thing I think Jurgen Klopp will say. This is definitely not over, because the game should be over, but we haven't killed it off yet.
Done some great celeb spotting in that first half.
I know you have, because you kept nudging me as well.
Goodness me. Well, it's just that these games that bring people together who you would never think would be brought together. For example, Westlife's Brian McFadden.
Yeah, he's come to see me, you know.
Of course he has.
Of course.
Although he was blowing kisses at Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah, I saw King Kenny and him blowing kisses. Yeah, I know. But and he's a legend.
The most prolific goal scorer of right now isn't even on the pitch. It's Wrexham striker Paul Mullin, who jumped up and punched the air when Liverpool scored.
I saw that, and he's in the Man United director's box, and his mate beside him was even more going mad, jumping up and down. So yeah,
brave,
very brave, to be fair, but I think you're allowed to do it in that director's box because you're with some of the big hierarchy. I think you do that anywhere else in the stand, you won't be allowed.
Yeah, got to keep your head down. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1 then here at Old Trafford. Of course, we'll bring you second half commentary. We're going to be heading to Wembley Stadium shortly to look ahead to the EFL Trophy final. Kicks off in 10 minutes, Peterborough Wickham. We'll also make our first trip of the day to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Remember, Spurs Forest is a game we'll keep you up to date with from 6 o'clock during 6:06, and we'll go to Bramall Lane for the first time. Sheffield United Chelsea in full at 5:30. We'll squeeze in a bit more Old Firm reaction as well after the news with Joe Hornby.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Israeli military says it has reduced the number of its troops in southern Gaza as it regroups for the next stage of its war against Hamas. On the 6th-month anniversary of the start of the conflict, the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel was just one step away from victory and vowed there would be no let-up in fighting until Hamas released all its hostages. The Deputy Prime Minister, Oliver Dowden, says he believes it is still legal for the UK to continue selling arms to Israel. There have been calls to halt the trade after 7 aid workers were killed by an Israeli airstrike in Gaza last Monday. Labour has called for the Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron to face questions from MPs. Police have taken the unusual step of naming a man they want to question about the murder of a woman found stabbed in Bradford city centre yesterday. Habiba
Am I going to give up? 5 intrepid duos travel from Japan to Indonesia.
I think we will win. War, confident.
With no phones, bank cards or directions.
Mum, they're behind us.
Run! The brand new series of Race Across the World starts this Wednesday on BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sport with Steve Crossman.
On 5 Live. Listen on BBC Sounds.
Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1 here, half-time at Old Trafford. Second half commentary to come on 5 Live Sport. In our first commentary, it was an absolute belter. Rangers came back from 2-0 and 3-2 down to finally draw 3-3 in the Old Firm against Celtic at Ibrox. Philippe Clement's side a point behind the leaders now with a game in hand. We're going to hear from Brendan Rodgers in a second, but first here's the Rangers boss.
I think my boys did something special today. Not the beginning of the game, for sure. And second half, we showed our real quality, our real personality also, to chase them, to make it difficult for them, to create good chances, to score good goals, and to get a well deserved points. So I think we are more winners of the day. It's an important thing also, 0-2 behind against Celtic in a home game, to not stop. I think everybody sees this team is totally different than 5 months ago. Then they would have been dead, and now they keep on fighting until the last second, and then you can get what you deserve. It could have been more also, but I think the result is also good.
But yeah, I thought the performance was very, very good. To come here, to play with no supporters, and to play with that courage that we did. The first half we were excellent. We could have had the game out of sight at that point. So with some of our play, the composure in how we played, the pressure that we put them under, was very, very pleasing. You expect some sort of reaction second half. I'm disappointed with the penalty because that gives them a little up in the game whenever we were much the better team. I think if you watch it back, I think that the referee made the right decision in the game, but it went against us. So you then expect a little bit of pressure at 2-1. They get a fortunate deflection, which brings it to 2-2, and then you have to then stand up and fight. So and the players did that. But overall, I think so pleasing for the team and the mentality that we showed. We're disappointed not to win, but to leave here today with it all in our hands is what we wanted, and for that I'm really, really proud.
Brendan Rodgers, and before him Philippe Clement. Rangers, by the play their game in hand against Dundee on Wednesday, and there is another Old Firm meeting yet to come at Celtic Park before the end of the season. In 5 minutes' time, we'll be underway in the EFL Trophy final. Peterborough versus Wycombe teams are out. Henry Moran.
They are. Peterborough have won this trophy once before, 10 years ago, when Darren Ferguson, manager today, was again their manager. This time they're pushing to go up from League One. Automatic promotion still very much a possibility. Look out for Ephron Mason-Clark up top. He scored 19 times this season. Wycombe, meanwhile, they're safe in the mid-table of League One. They've never reached this final, but it is their third visit to Wembley in just 4 years. No side outside the top flight has been more regularly. A wonderful story up front for them as well. Richard Kone came to the UK in 2019, played for the Ivory Coast in the Homeless World Cup. He started this season in ninth tier football at Athletic Newham. Today he starts at Wembley.
Great story. Henry, thank you very much. He will keep us up to date from Wembley Stadium. In the Premier League, Spurs can move into the top four with a win this evening. They host Nottingham Forest, who are only outside the relegation zone on goal difference. Gets underway at 6 o'clock. Mark Scott.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Crossy. Contrasting emotions there would have been for fans of these two clubs when they were watching the results come in yesterday. Spurs supporters would have been pleased to see Villa held to that goalless, to that draw by Brentford, rather. That means that they will go above Villa, as you say, on goal difference and have a game still in hand in the fight for fourth place with a victory here. Meanwhile, goal difference, the only thing keeping Forest out of the drop zone now after Luton's late victory, while Everton and Brentford's results have pushed those two clubs 4 points above the visitors as well. So the result is very precious for both of these sides in what is Nuno Espirito Santo's first meeting with Spurs since he was sacked as Tottenham boss after just 17 games in charge here.
Mark, thank you very much. Mark will keep us up to date during 6:06 with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton, which follows us here at Old Trafford. We then have commentary, of course, before then of Sheffield United against Chelsea at 5:30. Ian Dennis, former Sheffield United defender Phil Jagielka, are at Bramall Lane for us. Ian, you know Chris Wilder really well. The last thing he will want to do is go down with anything else than a big fight.
Absolutely. Still a lot to play for. We were just working out there's something like 12 players who are out of contract at the end of the season, 3 also on loan, so the players have got something to play for as well as the professional pride, because it's unlikely that they are going to survive, but anybody who knows Chris Wilder will know that he's not going to give in. He's going to continue to fight, and I think he's been happy with the consistency of the last 3 performances as well from his team, despite the results not going in their favour.
And you were obviously there, Phil, at Sheffield United under Chris. They look like they're almost certainly going to go down. How much can be done now, though, which will help them next season?
Yeah, I think there's a lot can be done. Obviously, you're setting the foundations for next season. As Ian just alluded to, there's potentially not going to be the same playing squad if they don't obviously renew a few contracts, but they can sort stuff out now. Obviously, it's a matter of time, I think, before it'll probably be confirmed what division they'll be playing in next year, but it should give them a little bit of a head start on planning for next year. And like you say, Chris, we're desperate to take it as far and as long as possible before anything's sort of confirmed, but it's definitely a great time to put into practice for maybe things not only for this season but obviously for the start of next.
Remarkably, Ian, Chelsea sort of are playing for something, because after this awful season they could yet end up qualifying for Europe.
Yeah, and don't forget they've got the FA Cup semi-final to look forward to coming up very soon against Manchester City. But you're right, Europe is still a possibility for them. One of the 9th in the table. Depending on how the European competitions pan out and the additional places, it might well be that European football could go down to 7th or indeed even 8th in the Premier League. So Chelsea, who are currently 5 points adrift of 7th place West Ham, do have something to pursue in that respect. So yeah, very much they've got something to play for. And if you look at their recent form, they've been involved. I don't think we're going to have a goalless draw here today, judging by the two teams' recent results, and I hope I haven't put the kiss of death on that, but Chelsea alone have been involved in 31 goals in their last 6 games.
And individually as well, there's plenty to play for, Phil. Not least Cole Palmer, who's getting close to Erling Haaland now in the goal scoring charts in the Premier League. He will not only have that on his mind, he will also have the summer on his mind, clearly.
Yeah, I think so. But if you listen to his interviews and the sort of type of person he is, he just loves playing football, and he was desperate to get out of Man City and become a first team regular, and obviously Chelsea offered him that, and he's showing everyone what a talent he is. And he's obviously, football did a talking. He will want to be on that plane in the summer. But the only way he does that is to continue to score goals. And like I say, if he did manage to pip Haaland for the Golden Boot, I think that would be a double bonus for him.
He definitely lets his football do the talking here, and his interviews aren't the longest. He's obviously already been in the England squad under Gareth Southgate, but he'll be one of many players who people are saying he must pick. I think there are about 15 players that must be picked in the starting 11 now.
Yeah, what might be interesting in the next 24, 48 hours is there's going to be a meeting in Dusseldorf tomorrow with all of the coaches for the Euros. And top of the agenda, certainly for the coaches when they gather in Germany, will be looking to extend the squad from 23 to 26. Ronald Koeman has recently said that it's absurd that they're going to go back from 26 to 23. So certainly the top nations, I think Nagelsmann is in favour. I would imagine Gareth Southgate possibly too. So I think there'll be a push to try and increase that squad size to 26, which will certainly help a number of individuals who are all clamouring for a place to be involved in the summer for England.
Thank you very much, guys. Ian Dennis, Phil Jagielka, your commentary team. Full commentary on the way at 5:30 of Sheffield United versus Chelsea. 6:06 will follow that, and we will keep you up to date with Spurs against Nottingham Forest during that. Also, we've got Peterborough versus Wycombe, which Henry was just telling us about, getting underway there, and we will keep you bang up to date with everything that's happening. Northampton are into the quarter-finals of the European Champions Cup. They beat Munster 24-14 at Franklin's Gardens. Ulster into the last 8 of the Challenge Cup, beat Montpellier 40-17. Max Verstappen cruised to victory in the Japanese Grand Prix ahead of Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz. Lots of reaction to come on BBC Sounds with the Checkered Flag podcast. Next week on 5 Live, we're at Augusta for the Masters. All the build-up throughout the week. Commentary on all 4 rounds of 5 Live and 5 Sports Extra. On Saturday afternoon, we will also be live at Aintree for the Grand National. Next week is a great sporting weekend, but so is this one, and it's far from finished. A big 45 minutes. The ball's on the centre spot at Old Trafford. It is Manchester United versus Liverpool. Clinton Morrison is with correspondent John Murray.
Yes, thanks, Steve. Szoboszlai about to kick off at the start of the second half. No changes. Manchester United with Onana, Dalot, Maguire, Cambuala and Wan-Bissaka. Then Casemiro, Menu and Fernandes, Garnacho, Højlund and Rashford. And there is the whistle from Anthony Taylor. A little delay from Szoboszlai, who then plays it back into central defence. Liverpool, who have Kelleher in goal again. Bradley, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk and Robertson. Szoboszlai, Endo and McAllister. Salah, Nunez and Diaz. So no changes for Manchester United, despite the Liverpool domination, even though they're only 1-0 up. And on the bench as Onana is put under pressure by Salah and is clearing it. I think it will bounce out of play. Clinton Morrison sitting alongside me, former Republic of Ireland international, Premier League goal scorer, watching Liverpool come forward, and the ball played over the top, stretch from Wan-Bissaka, bounces down for Maguire, who's able to hook it away from in front of Darwin Nunez's nose. Actually, he had to get that right, but he did, and Liverpool have it on the half. Target, Bradley, Salah plays it between 2 defenders, then Szoboszlai. Bradley will struggle to keep that in. He did keep it in actually, and then ran off the field. Actually no, he didn't keep it in. It is a goal kick to Manchester United, so we can hear from Clinton Morrison for the first time since the second half began.
Yeah, I think you're right, John. You're looking at the likes of Anthony, maybe Eriksen, Mason Mount, Diallo as well. So these are the players that you're looking maybe can come on and give them a spark. But I think Eric Ten Hag will leave it 15-20 minutes, see how the second half starts.
As Manchester United with Maguire, long ball downfield, aiming for Rashford. And Manchester United simply have to be more of an attacking force in this second half, but at the same time try and cut off the supply line for Liverpool, which was so fruitful. And they were quite wasteful. For those who weren't listening in the first half, this could easily be 2-3 for Liverpool. Here's Menu, excellent work from him, running in from the left-hand side, but it breaks down and Liverpool have the ball again with their number 9, the Uruguayan, Darwin Núñez, who's being chased by Bruno Fernandes, but he's managed to find the pass to Robertson, and Robertson's in the area on the left, and in comes the cross. Maguire clears, Núñez with a shot, that's blocked by the legs of the goalkeeper, and it was hit with some force, and Manchester United have been able to clear it away. On target from Núñez, kept out, and now Rashford attacking towards the Stretford end. He's round Bradley, Kwanzaa as well there. Rashford still going, keeps the ball in play, but then presents it to Bradley, who will calmly be able to take it away for Liverpool again.
Yeah, to be fair, Casemiro's struggling in midfield in my eyes. Like, all of his plays doing, like, he's struggling to get back and make tackle.
And now Salah through the middle. Oh, crucial sliding interception from Kambuala. Otherwise, that would have been all the way through for Núñez. And then the ball hits referee Taylor, and it's the trouble.
Sorry to interrupt, John. Frustrates me because I can see that. Surely Ten Hag can see that. If he had a slight injury, Casemiro, then take him off. You're getting overrun in midfield. It's like a basketball match. They don't want it to be like that at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he did well in the opening stages of the match, Casemiro, but he was doubtful for this game. It's entirely possible. We might find out later that he's not been able to train much this week. And who knows, Casemiro might have said with all of the injuries, look, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, which I respect him for, but now you can see it. You can see someone like a Mason Mount's probably itching to get some game time.
But he's struggling. Yeah. There's no question. He's almost hobbling, actually.
Exactly.
And you'd think that a change would have to be made. Manchester United 0, Liverpool 1. This is 5 Live together with the World Service. And of course, all BBC Radio is there for you on BBC Sounds if you're on the move. McAllister does well, gets the ball down. There's class in almost everything he does. And then Diaz plays the ball across the penalty area, away by Wan-Bissaka, the left back as he is in this match. And Liverpool in the white and green quartered shirts, black shorts, white socks with the black tops against the Manchester United red, white and black. Liverpool in possession with the ball on the far side. Liverpool with this scoreline would go back to the top of the Premier League where they started this weekend. Liverpool hoping to win the title in Jurgen Klopp's last season, which would take them level with Manchester United. Oh, it's given away by Kwanzaa. Fernandes! Oh, he scored! Yeah. He scored from the halfway line. Given away by Kwanzaa. A crossfield pass into the path of Bruno Fernandes. And he went for goal from the centre circle. Over Kelleher, was way off his line. And Liverpool, after all of the domination, after all of the chances, they've gone and done that. What a twist that is in the title race. And Manchester United and Bruno Fernandes have said, thank you very much. And it's 1-1.
It's a brilliant goal. To be fair, you can talk about a mistake from Kwanzaa, but he's probably one in that Man United team that can score from there. Bruno Fernandes, a fantastic, the way he cuts across it. And I think Kelleher might have got there. It's a mistake from the young boy. They'll have to pick him up, Kwanzaa, because I think he's defended well. But once he comes into that, the finish from Fernandes is brilliant. He's got a lot of the goal. He just cuts across it, John, and bends it in there. It's a fantastic finish from Bruno Fernandes. Big mistake from Kwanzaa, and his game on in his second half.
No one was expecting that, of course. Kwanzaa trying to find Van Dijk, and Kelleher was out of his penalty area, you know, as most goalkeepers would be in that scenario, perhaps looking for the pass back to him. And Bruno Fernandes from inside the centre circle just had to hit it true on target. He just had to hit it on target. And the Stretford end knew they were watching it, heading towards them. They were celebrating before the ball actually crossed the line. So it's 1-1, and Manchester United have equalised.
John, what did we say? What did we say? We said if you don't take your chances, you're going to get punished, and that's what's happened with Liverpool.
1-1. Now, whether that's transformed anything in this match, only time will tell. But it certainly transformed the atmosphere, and memories flooding back of what happened here in the cup tie 3 weeks ago, when Liverpool really should have been out of sight in the second half in that match. Here's Núñez on the right-hand side, goes round Kambuala, and is beaten by Kambuala, and then pulls him back, both hands. And it's a free kick, and again Kambuala reacts by trying to get the crowd involved.
No, well done him. They're trying to, and his players are trying to calm him down. He has to play on that emotion, the youngster. He's having a good game, and he's coming to a hostile battle. I know they're trying to calm him down, but that's the best way he plays. He plays when he's up like that, and he's been good. It's been a good battle with him and Darwin Núñez. He stood up well there.
Yeah, he has done well. First start for Manchester United at Old Trafford, and as Clinton Morrison says, he is high on emotion. as the ball is played down the left-hand side. Darwin Núñez tries to get to it, a back heel away by Cambuala. Oh, a miss centre field by Endo, and the ball has ended up with Kobbie Mainoo, who's running it from inside his own half, now approaching the area, gives it to Rashford on the left. Rashford now coming infield, beats two men, back to Casemiro, middle of the half. He picks out Garnacho, left foot shot deflected, up and over the angle of post and bar for a Manchester United corner.
Wow, this is their spell. You get spells in games, and this is Man United. Liverpool will have another spell in this game, and they just have to not stay in the game, because it's not about staying in the game. It's just Man United, since that goal which was gifted to them, they've lifted, and the whole place has lifted as well.
Bruno Fernandes, the goal scorer for Manchester United. He's reached double figures for the season with that yet again. And he is going to take this. Outswing out from the right. Bruno Fernandes towards the penalty spot. Maguire got his head to it, but in a crowd of players, couldn't direct it goalwards. Comes out to Rashford. Right-footed ball into the near ball. Kelleher had to dive, push it across the 6-yard box, and then it was cleared away by Van Dijk.
It's a brilliant cross from Marcus Rashford, and Kelleher watches that. All you need is a striker getting a cheap goal. Credit Casemiro, he just gets across him, but good hand from Kelleher. He sees it all the way.
Really tricky for the goalkeeper. It was whipped in. Casemiro couldn't get a touch on it. If he had, that would have been in.
Yeah, it would have been in.
But cleared by Van Dijk, a relieved Van Dijk. Corner from the left-hand side, Bruno Fernandes. Now Dalot, square to Garnacho. Garnacho, Manchester United are transformed. But given away that pass from Garnacho, and now Liverpool pouring forward. It is 5-on-2. Salah, edge of the area. Now Luis Diaz, all the way across at the back post. Núñez put it right across the face of goal. He passed it square when he was looking to pass it in. John, and it's put behind for a corner.
I don't know what he's doing. Either he goes for goal or he squares it back for Szoboszlai. It's 2 yards out and he can cut it back, and he's got to tap him. But that's how the game can change, just like that. Man United dominating and give the ball away, Garnacho, and Liverpool can just break on you. In the end, Núñez makes the wrong decision. Should either be going for goal or cutting it back to Szoboszlai.
It's like the cup tie all over again.
It is. I was going to say that.
5-on-2.
Yeah.
They were attacking Liverpool there with other defenders trying to get back. 1-1 the score, 5 live on the World Service. The corner taken into the near post by Robertson, but headed away for Manchester United. Nodded back over the top, but Casemiro's underneath that. And then Kobbie Mainoo trying to run it away. McAllister slides in with a challenge, does well, keeps it in play, gives it square. Szoboszlai now. Szoboszlai's pass cut out by a diving Wan-Bissaka on the edge of the penalty area. Under bright skies now. Still overcast, but all of that stormy rain has gone away, and the ball is played forward and hits the head of the referee.
Biggest cheer of the day, John.
Stayed on his feet, though.
Yeah, he did stay on his feet. He didn't get knocked out like that.
Not like Paul Alcock all those years ago. Paolo Di Canio.
Yeah.
Here is Bradley on the right-hand side. Kwanzaa back to Bradley again, infield to Szoboszlai, back to Bradley into the area, and then Wan-Bissaka's able to come across and block that behind.
You know, if Rashford plays there, he has to do his work of tracking back Bradley, John. And too many times he's switching off. It's also a 1-2, and Wan-Bissaka has to come across, has to track your runners. But it's been a good response from Liverpool.
1-1 the score. Quite a second half so far. Manchester United coming up with the unlikely equaliser. Now Liverpool have recovered. In it comes from Szoboszlai, the corner. He was looking for Luis Diaz. It was headed away by Casemiro. Comes back to Szoboszlai again, the Hungarian infield for the Argentine McAllister. And then back to the Scotsman on the halfway line. Endo 25 yards out, little ball to the edge of the area, dragged back from Luis Diaz. Now to the left hand side, Darwin Núñez onto his right foot, shoots, that's blocked, 2 defenders diving in, headed away by Bruno Fernandes. Back to Darwin Núñez, he's challenged, comes back to Darwin Núñez again. He's dispossessed by Dalot. Manchester United, they look to counter-attack. Højlund can't get there. Kwanzaa did. And now Szoboszlai, once again it opens up for Liverpool. He had options either side. He uses Salah, why not? And now Szoboszlai slips the ball to the edge of the area. Bradley arriving. Bradley works it back to Salah. Tight area. Salah still going, foot to foot. Lays it to the edge of the area. McAllister with a shot. That was blocked, I think, by Cambuala in the area. And then Hoyland is challenged by Kwanzaa, and the ball is out of play for a throw-in, which is given Manchester United's way. Well, it's certainly more competitive than it was in the first half, Clinton.
And it's the most I've ever seen Ten Hag show emotion on the touchline. He's beating his chest, he's telling his players to keep on going, and that's what you want to see from your manager. I'm not saying every manager has to do that, but you want to see that sometimes from Ten Hag. It's been a brilliant second half, this has.
So 1-1, Bruno Fernandes scoring that unlikely equaliser, which was his 50th Premier League goal. Bruno Fernandes has reached double figures in goals in every season that he's been here. Throw in for Manchester United. Almost level with the edge of the home penalty area. Wan-Bissaka's hit that high across the edge of the penalty area. That's asking questions of Dalot, who took a lovely touch to volley it forward away from Luis Diaz. And then Dalot on the halfway line finds Bruno Fernandes. Liverpool defenders getting back. Bruno Fernandes finds the pass to Rashford. Rashford curls it in again. Lovely ball. No, just bounces all the way through to Kelleher.
Brilliant. The touch from Dalot is outstanding. It's the touch of the match. To control the ball like that over your shoulder. Fantastic.
As now Liverpool come forward again. Referee says play on. Luis Diaz might have been fouled, but they've got the advantage. Szoboszlai, now Bradley again in the box, across from him, but a stretch from Harry Maguire with his right foot, cuts that out, but Maguire is dispossessed by Bradley as he was bringing it away. Szoboszlai now with Salah. Szoboszlai, ball right across the area, chested down, Nunez deflection, comes back out to the edge of the area where it's scraped away by a diving Kobbie Mainoo, who was just caught. He went to ground to slide it away, and he was caught, and that is given as a free kick to Manchester United.
Yeah, I don't think McAllister catches him. I think he thinks the tackle's coming in and Taylor makes a mistake there, but this game's end-to-end. What a game. And I think Man United will run out of legs and have to make substitution. They put a lot into this at the moment, but Liverpool just not getting the break of it at the moment. So really good game of football, John.
Yeah, they've got with all of the injuries, they've actually got a 17-year-old on the bench today. Manchester United, Harry Amas, who was 16 last month until his birthday, so he is there. I'm not sure we'll see him, but we will see, maybe one day. So Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1, and Liverpool, their hopes of winning the title are being dented by Manchester United with this scoreline. We've got commentary coming on Sheffield United Chelsea within the hour from Bramall Lane, with Ian Dennis, and Phil Jagielka is alongside Ian for the commentary there. We'll keep you in touch with Tottenham Nottingham Forest as well, which starts at 6. Finish Rangers 3, Celtic 3. If you missed that earlier, what a commentary that was. Listen back to that on BBC Sounds if you like. You'll find it 12 o'clock. Go into the stations and schedules and relive it all. The Checkered Flag podcast is on there as well after Verstappen's latest win this morning in Suzuka. 1-1 the score. Throw in for Bradley, who had stolen too many yards there, so referee Taylor tells him to come back and take it again. With a point, Liverpool would go level with Arsenal, but Arsenal would stay top with 7 matches to play on goal difference. Wan-Bissaka pulls the ball down. Rashford, then Wan-Bissaka still halfway inside their own half. Casemiro gives it away though with a ball in field. Now Nunez, Salah back to Nunez, but Manchester United men will get there first. However, great persistence from Nunez, who turns and tries to slip it through into the penalty area, and it rolls through to Onana. That chance that Nunez had, Clinton, was really took me back to the Chelsea match. You know, remember when he missed all of those chances?
Yeah, and it did. Yeah, you're right. What was it like? He missed like kind of 3 or 4 on the night, didn't he? Golden opportunities as well.
3 or 4.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be really nice. I'm thinking clear-cut chances.
Well, I tell you what he did that night. It might be in your mind. He actually hit post or bar.
That's what he hit the post. Yeah, 4 times. So he did miss about 11 and hit the post. It was a record. It was a record, John. But that was a good opportunity. And you think in the form, because he's been in decent form.
Yeah. 1-1. Manchester United lose it. Centre field. Now Szoboszlai. It's had quite an influence on the game. Salah back to Szoboszlai. In comes the challenge. That's a good challenge from Casemiro, even if he's not fully fit. That was an excellent tackle. Bruno Fernandes then finds the pass to Rashford. Rashford couldn't get it past Kwanzaa, who went to ground but was able to get a touch out of play. I think Rashford, you know, we've seen him only fleetingly in this game, but when we have seen him, I must say, he's posed problems for Liverpool. Here's the man on the other side, Garnacho, his ball across the box is deflected onto the head of Van Dijk, who heads it down. But Manchester United win back possession, and now Casemiro to the right-hand side, and the shot on the twist from Bruno Fernandes, who tried to, a little bit like Kenny Dalglish did, I think in a League Cup final many years ago, but couldn't get the contact. And now Liverpool bring it forward. Szoboszlai to the edge of the area, still Szoboszlai to his right to Nunez. Nunez clips it across. Maguire had to get there. He did for Manchester United with his head, that big head. He got it, headed it away. Comes back to Robertson. He shoots on the fall, and that's deflected off Casemiro and out of play. And I think that's caught him amidships, and he's gone down and he's stayed down, and he'll take a few moments to recover, Casemiro, I think.
Yeah, he will.
Robertson's laughing at him.
So he's got it. Anyway, I'll let you explain to the listeners where he's took that, John.
Yeah, the great Christopher Martin Jenkins always used to describe it. He's caught one amidships. If a batsman was struck in the box.
Yes, in the box, yeah.
So they'll give him a moment to recover from that. So 1-1, Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1, 6:06 will be on the way eventually after the Sheffield United-Chelsea commentary with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. Chris was at the Old Firm match today, so he'll be able to talk about that. If you're a Celtic fan, a Rangers fan, the usual number 08085 909 693. You can read about all of the matches on the football pages of the BBC Sport website and app. Both Phil McNulty and Simon Stone are here. They'll be writing about this match. Highlights tonight, BBC One on Match of the Day or any time on the iPlayer, and then the 5 Live Football Daily podcast with all of the interviews if you don't hear them later. Throw in, which is taken eventually by Manchester United, and then Højlund, I think, was fouled, which was just as well from Manchester United. And I think we're going to see a couple of changes.
Yeah, I think for Liverpool, and maybe a change for Man United. I see Anthony getting ready as well, John.
Yeah, Joe Gomez, Curtis Jones is going to come on. So actually, while I think those changes will take place now, because Rashford has stayed down. Rashford has got a problem. So while all this takes place here at Old Trafford with the score 1-1, they are well underway now at Wembley in the EFL Trophy final. Henry Moran, what's the news?
20 minutes gone, Peterborough 0, Wycombe 0. Good open game this Wycombe with the better of the opportunities. Gareth McCleary just hooking over from inside the box. Sir Alex Ferguson, I'm sure, keeping an eye on events at Old Trafford, keeping an eye on events here too. Darren Ferguson, his son, in charge of Peterborough. Goalless here.
That's where he is, Clinton.
Yes,
he's at Wembley.
He's at Wembley, exactly.
Right, changes. First of all, it looks as though Szoboszlai is coming off. He is. So Szoboszlai is going to be replaced by Curtis Jones, who's just back from injury. I think he would have been in the England squad, reading between the lines, Curtis Jones, had he been fit last month. And Conor Bradley is going to be replaced by Joe Gomez. Bradley is on a yellow card in this match, and Joe Gomez, who's had a lot of football actually, started the last 8, he comes on at right back. And it is Rashford who's off. Well, he was only a substitute on Thursday at Stamford Bridge, and it does look as though he had a problem. He's been able to walk off the field though, but they're asking him how he is. We'll just keep an eye and see. No, I think he is going to take his seat in the dugout there rather than go down into the dressing room. So Anthony is on, who's shown improvement. Clinton, Anthony.
I must say the pass the other night for Garnacho's goal was outstanding, outside of the before.
In the Champions Cup match in the last 16, it finished Toulouse 31, Racing 92, 7. And Manchester United with Bruno Fernandes, who is almost part of the back line actually, and he slips as he plays it forward, comes off the back of Garnacho, and then Endo, if he'd been able to find the pass, Manchester United might have been caught out. Actually, they're coming forward with Menu in the centre circle. Menu, then pass slightly behind Garnacho on the left. Garnacho, then back to Wan-Bissaka, back across the penalty area. Menu, oh yes!
Oh my word!
What a goal! Bobby Menu! What a moment! The 18-year-old curling a right foot shot beyond Quideen Kelleher into the back of the Liverpool net, and Manchester United, how unlikely this is on the match that we've seen. They lead Liverpool by 2-1. winning the Premier League title. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1.
Oh, the boy can play, to be fair, and I think it's been one of his quiet days but it's a brilliant play, and when Wan-Bissaka gets it, plays to Manu, the finish is outstanding. You know, like the winner he scores at Wolves, this one's even better. He just takes a touch and he bends it into that far corner. What a finish from Kobe Manu. Gareth, I know Gareth's assistant there, Steve. Like, that's him. Tick, green tick. He's on the plane to the Euros. I don't care what anyone says. Outstanding young individual. Great turn. And what a finish. Keller has got no chance. Get him on that plane.
And now Jurgen Klopp making an immediate double change. Gakpo and Elliott are coming on. I mean, on the match that we've seen, I can hardly believe this. And Nunez is coming off, Endo is coming on.
Not sure about taking Nunez off, I'll be honest with you. In a game like this, Jurgen Klopp, I think he's been a threat. I'm just not sure about it.
Well, Jurgen Klopp shakes hands with Nunez and Endo as they leave the field. And now Liverpool. Well, this is it, Clinton. This title race, when we were waiting for twists and dramatic moments, we've got it now right in front of us here. Liverpool are going to have to come from behind, which they've done effectively so many times this season, but they've got to do it here at the home of their fierce rivals, Manchester United. Can hardly believe it on the play that we've seen.
I can't believe it, but I did say to you, John, if you don't take your chances, which they created in the first half, Man United will have a spell, and all it takes is for a goal to get this place bouncing, and it's been bouncing in that second half.
And for Erik ten Hag on the other side of the halfway line, what a time he's having. He's not going to have another 4-3 on his hands, is he?
I'm not sure. Who knows?
5 already this season.
Not over. The goal scoring is not over, though. We will see a response from Liverpool. That's for sure.
We've got more goals, have we?
Yeah, we've got more goals.
Clinton promises more goals. You always seem to do that.
Yeah.
You always seem to be.
I just feel like these games are just so wide open. When we know what Liverpool have, they have a lot of class, so they're not going to throw the towel in.
Well, here's little Harvey Elliott with his curly blonde hair. He was very significant, wasn't he, in the match in the cup tie 3 weeks ago? Scored the goal that we thought might have won it for Liverpool, and then he was the man who lost possession, wasn't he, from the corner when Manchester United went down and Amad Diallo scored the goal for 4-3. So it is. If you're listening in the first half and you just rejoined us, you probably won't believe a scoreline of Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. So do serious damage to Liverpool in the title race. Here's Diaz on the left-hand side. Jurgen Klopp has now made 4 changes, isn't it? Højlund trying to win the ball back halfway inside his own half. Strong from Diaz. That's given us a foul on the Dane, on the Manchester United centre forward, and a free kick to Erik ten Hag's side, halfway inside their own half.
That was all about Anthony, and you don't really see Anthony since he's been at Man United, but he goes and closes with intensity, and once you see one player do it, John, then it follows on, and that's what he's done. They have a problem here, Liverpool. They do have a problem. This place is up.
They do. Well, we talk, don't we, so often about what is the mark of a champion, the credentials of a team that can win the Premier League title. Well, this is right on the line for Liverpool. Now as Onana drags the ball back, a Cruyff turn against Gakpo, that was brave. It came off though. Now here's Casemiro, who's still on the field. And then to the halfway line, to Anthony, back to Casemiro, delays his pass, groans. They wanted a first-time pass from Casemiro, he wasn't sure. Wan-Bissaka, now Garnacho on the left flank, shoots, comes off the legs of the defender, Joe Gomez, and ricochets wide, took it wide of the goal for another corner to Manchester United. And we've got less than 20 minutes to play here, 2-1. It is so intriguingly poised.
It is. You got credit, man. This is a different Man United team that I've seen in the second half to the first half. Chalk and cheese, to be fair, and Liverpool just haven't responded in the second half.
So Bruno Fernandes comes across. At what stage in the first half it just seemed inevitable that there would be a second, maybe a third, maybe a fourth Liverpool goal. Now we're thinking, if Manchester United score again, and here's the corner that Kelleher comes and gets a punch on, was to come off ahead of a defender last. The Stretford end are disputing it, but it's given as a goal kick. But now Liverpool are really on the knife edge here, concede another goal, and that's probably it. That's probably defeat for only the 3rd time in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, They won't give up without having a fight, but they will create some chances, John. They will, but you have to be careful because Man United have a really good shape. And I just feel with the Núñez one, he just gives you something different to the others, where he wants to stretch him behind.
Gakpo's on the left-hand side. Luis Diaz through the middle at the moment. Ball up towards Diaz, but Maguire stands up strong against him. And Manchester United clear it back to Kwanzaa on the halfway line. Kwanzaa just moving it from right to left, gives it to Van Dijk. So Liverpool were leading 1-0 at half-time, but then a mistake from Kwanzaa, who gave the ball to Bruno Fernandes, who scored from the centre circle to make it 1-1. So McAllister's pass comes off Casemiro and bounces into the path of Højlund, and Højlund has now got it down. He's got Kwanzaa and Van Dijk in front of him, and he's passed it to Garnacho, who shoots straight at Keller, who's able to gather the ball at the second attempt.
Yeah, they struggled, Liverpool. They have struggled massively, and you got to credit Man United. They've just stepped onto them and just said, we're going to press the life out of you, and it's worked.
Manchester United, a team transformed in the second half. Casemiro, his pass through the inside right position, but out comes a sliding Kelleher on his left-hand side to grasp the ball at the feet of Højlund, who was trying to race onto it. 2-1 to Manchester United. Kwanzaa up towards Salah, and then Cambuela in with a challenge on Joe Gomez. It was the ball that was there to go for. It's on the halfway line, and Jurgen Klopp has got lots to say, too much to say. He's yellow carded. Jurgen Klopp receives his latest yellow card, and
I think he's more angry with his team. I think he's talking about his team. That's why he's having a go at some of his players and his team. He didn't like the tackle as well, but I think it's on his team as well, because they are not got going in that midfield. Since he's made the changes, they've not got going.
Yeah, the ball just bounced up. Cambuela had every right to go for that, but his foot was high. He got the ball, but it was right in front of where Jurgen Klopp was standing. So a yellow card for Jurgen Klopp. 2-1, Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. And Liverpool here are being asked serious questions now. They've been ambushed, actually, by Manchester United.
Shocked. They are shocked.
3 weeks ago, Manchester United lulled them into a false sense of security, you would say, if you were being charitable. And the same thing's happened here again. Remarkable, isn't it?
Ridiculous.
So Liverpool have got to raise themselves. Here's Curtis Jones. Low ball into the area to Elliott. Elliott, now Gakpo, turn from him, but the return passes all the way through for a goal kick. Overhit it. And Elliott has to go and field the ball himself from down that slope in front of the east stand.
Yeah. This is what I said when Crossy asked me earlier. I don't put him in their top 4 of their strikers. I feel like, I know he's got 14 goals this season, but he will score goals in a Liverpool team that create chances. These are the moments where he has to prove me wrong, because I was surprised Núñez went off. I thought he's been a threat all afternoon.
Time disappearing very quickly for Liverpool. 15 minutes to go. Liverpool would stay in second place, but their goal difference would be just one better than Manchester City, and Arsenal would stay top. Here's Garnacho down the left-hand side. Van Dijk comes across, hooks it away with one foot, clears it with the other. Excellent. And then Gomez, little pass to Elliott, then across the field it goes, bounces into the path of Robertson as he brings it forward. And then Luis Diaz takes it up on the left wing. Robertson's continued his run into the edge of the penalty area, deflects back. Luis Diaz chips it across, headed away by Wan-Bissaka. Gomez shot deflected straight at the goalkeeper, who's able to grab it, Onana, at the second attempt.
Oh, it was. I thought the deflection, because usually that deflection will wrong foot you, and I think it comes off Harry Maguire, and he's probably thinking no, but it deflects into Onana's path there.
Maybe the Maguire look has changed.
Yes.
You know, it seemed like for years that would happen, and it would fly into the Manchester United net of some part of Harry Maguire's body. But straight at Onana, who was able to grasp it, and there's a foul on the halfway line, challenged by Højlund on Kwanzaa. Well, it is only April the 7th, but it does feel like these are big moments. Manchester United leading Liverpool Gomez taking on Wan-Bissaka. Ball across from him. Salah with a touch. Elliott in the area. Cleared away, half away by Casemiro. Back to Salah. Salah turns it back out of the area to McAllister. 25 yards out. Square. Jones. Now to Robertson. Luis Diaz with the ball at his feet. Manchester United defenders back in numbers inside their penalty area. Jones helping out Luis Diaz. They've got everyone back, Manchester United. Kwanzaa now near the centre circle as Liverpool try to recycle it out to the right-hand side. Elliott's ball in. That's headed down and away by Kambwala. And then Elliott has to volley it back to Van Dijk on the halfway line. No panic, of course, for Liverpool. They've been down this road so many times. They've won 26 points from losing positions in the Premier League this season, more than anyone else. Come back to win 7 matches in the Premier League from losing positions, more than anyone else. And it is Liverpool having to do it again here. But are they going to be able to do it here at Old Trafford? Their supporters trying to do their bit. Here's Gomez on the right-hand side. Gomez against Garnacho. Then back to Elliott. He has a look. Here's the cross. Left-footed. Luis Diaz beaten in the air. Good header by Dalot. Comes out. Gomez again. Square from Gomez. Luis Diaz with a shot. Saved by Oviedo.
Oh, my word.
Salah couldn't direct the follow-up on target from an angle. Maguire was there as well, but he lifted it over the angle of post and bar.
It's a chance for Salah. He's missed some big chances this afternoon. And I said it hasn't been the Salah that we've seen a few months ago. Obviously, he had that injury, but it's a good opportunity. Anana makes a save and he parries it. And Salah's the first, he reacts ever so well. It's a difficult chance, but you think the standard he has, he hits the target and he blazes over.
Well, Eric Ten Hag has decided that with this scoreline, narrow lead against Liverpool coming on strong, off comes another of the forward players, Garnacho, and Sofiane Amrabat is strengthening the midfield. So we've got Amrabat, Casemiro and Nenu in there.
But then, you make a change like John, you invite pressure. I don't know, you still got to have a threat going the other way. So you invite pressure doing that.
Well, we'll find out in the next 10 minutes plus whether that's the right decision or not. And as ever, football managers live and die metaphorically on the decisions like this that they make. But he's sensed the danger down there. He feels that move is necessary for Manchester United to win this game. So we will see. Here is Salah on the right, little ball infield towards McAllister, square from Gomez, but that was behind Gakpo. Manchester United with Casemiro. Of course, Manchester United a threat on the counter-attack, but Kwanzaa joins the attack. Gakpo's passes a little heavy to Luis Diaz, then back to Robertson. Curtis Jones is involved there. Still Luis Diaz again. This is in the Manchester United right back area, and Anthony puts the challenge in. And he turns and appeals for that like Shane Warne, but it doesn't go his way. Not out, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. Manchester United 2-1 up. We're into the last 10 minutes. 5 live in the World Service from the BBC. The drama of this Premier League title race. Liverpool facing here what would be only their 3rd defeat in the Premier League this season. Lost at Tottenham controversially, lost at Arsenal. Now they're losing here at Old Trafford. Big defeats, could be costly. There's a foul by Anthony and a free kick to Liverpool halfway inside the Manchester United half. Jurgen Klopp trying to attract the attention of someone on the far side. Liverpool with Salah back to Elliott now, feet quickly moving, and then Gomez's cross from the right hand side, cleared by Casemiro. Elliott gets up, wins the header. Salah tries to give it back, passes it straight into the body of Casemiro. Hopeful shouts for a handball from the Liverpool supporters at that end. Now Kwanzaa with a flick infield. Elliott nice. Salah back to Elliott. Now Salah again. Yeah, he's been fouled by Wan-Bissaka. The challenge on Elliott brings the penalty. Anthony Taylor spotted it instantly, down crouching, pointing to the spot, and Liverpool have a penalty and a lifeline.
I knew straight away. I was thinking, you don't need to do that, Wan-Bissaka. He's going away from goal. You're just giving him the opportunity there. And I just think, we know he's so good at his last-ditch tackles, but it's good quick feet. It's good play from Liverpool. They sharpen it up between Salah And yeah, he's late. He's late, Wan-Bissaka. He gets none of the ball, and it's a good opportunity. Will Salah take it, or will it be McAllister?
Will it be McAllister who's got the ball?
I think it will. Salah's hovering.
Salah's scored 5 penalties this season. McAllister has scored a couple recently, and whether it is just McAllister as the protector, and of course we've got a stoppage here while VAR have a look at this, but surely they'll back up the decision. John Brooks, the VAR, surely it's a matter of course. And yeah, McAllister gives the ball to Salah. It is going to be Salah. Liverpool have missed 3 penalties this season. Salah's missed 2, actually. So, but in circumstances like this,
big players.
Who else?
Exactly.
The man who scored a record 13 goals against Manchester United. It had to be him. Big moments in the title race. The wind whips around Old Trafford. Whistles from the home supporters. The ball won't stay on the spot. I think that wind is blowing it back towards Salah.
That does not help, John. That does not. When you know there's big pressure.
2-1 to Manchester United. This to draw the sides level. Mo Salah steps back, hands on his hips. Cool as can be. Steps out to the right, left-footed with the penalty. Scores for Liverpool and makes it 2-2. And he's straight into the net, Salah, to get the ball back. That shows you that Liverpool intend to win this game if they can. Of course they do. 2-2 the score now. Salah from the spot, scoring for the 23rd time for Liverpool this season. 2-2.
Yeah, it's a good penalty. You know what? It's a pressure penalty, John, because it's a big football match and your team needs to get back, and he's taken off Kobe Mainoo. Oh my word. That means what we have we keep, because he's been probably one of the best players on the pitch, but it brings on Mason Mount. It might be just a bit of tiredness, but yeah, big penalty from Mohamed Salah into that bottom corner. I did say, John, that substitution, you're just inviting pressure when you're sitting back. Listen, you can't compensate for Wan-Bissaka's poorly timed tackle, but I just thought he still should have been going forward.
But Salah from the spot, sent Onana the wrong way, and 2-2 it is. Salah now 11 Premier League goals against Manchester United, 14 in 15 appearances. He is the thorn in their side, and he's now scored in his last 6 visits to Old Trafford for Liverpool. That's some record. 2-2 the score, and time to add. And now Liverpool in possession. The visiting supporters trying to draw their team down to this end. And that's what they're doing. Ruth Robertson with the cross, hooked away on the edge of the area. I thought it was deflected to Anthony. Liverpool again. 5 minutes of the 90 to play. And every chance yet that there may be further goals in this match. Liverpool have got to go for it. And Manchester United will think that they can, with Højlund, I suppose he would be the target now, and Anthony, of course, on the counter-attack. Mason Mount onto the field, and Nana, by the way, was booked for time wasting just before the penalty, so a yellow card for the Manchester United goalkeeper. Liverpool go back to the edge of the box. Kelleher with the ball at his feet, long through the middle. Maguire comes across, got to it. Gallo heads it forward. Casemiro looks as though he might go the distance. We wouldn't have thought that, would we? As Robertson plays the ball over the top. This is for Luis Diaz to chase down towards the dead ball line on the left hand side, but in slides Dalot with him. They got there together, and referee Taylor says he was able to play it onto Diaz and through for a goal kick. They slid off the pitch, then down that slope. You've probably slid down there, Clinton, in times past when you've been here.
It's dangerous, John, because the advertising boards are there, and it's because it's a little slope there. When you're sliding and running at such quick pace, can collide into that advertising board. Hopefully both players will be all right, but good defending from Dalot. He's done well against Diaz in the second half.
It's going to take them a while. Yeah, I think they're okay, both of them. They're going to be able to continue. So we've got Sheffield United, Chelsea to come in, well, less than 15 minutes. It kicks off at 5:30. Commentary here on 5 Live. 6:06 later with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. The attendance is 73,523. And also, what you need to know is that it was Johnny Nash who recorded the original I Can See Clearly, not Jimmy Cliff. No marks for Gary Flintoff. Maguire bringing the ball out from the back. passes it under pressure off the field. Liverpool with Gomez to take the throw. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Arsenal would stay top with this scoreline. They'd stay top on goal difference. Gomez takes the throw down into the full-back position to Luis Diaz. Maguire as tight as can be. He's all over the back of him. Then the two of them are wrestling together, and Maguire has something to say. Luis Diaz doesn't think much of that. It's out of play for only a throw-in, which Gomez takes. Back to Elliott. Question is there going to be another twist in this? Jurgen Klopp is being told by the fourth official, Craig Pawson, to get back into his coaching area. He's already been yellow carded in this match. Then McAllister picks out a pass to Elliott on the right hand side. Elliott then square to Salah. Little poke in field. Amrabat though in place, but Amrabat's pass has given it back to Liverpool. Elliott then square to Salah. It feels like it's going to be all Liverpool this now in the closing stages, unless Manchester United can nick it away, which they can. Højlund in the centre circle. In comes the challenge from Jones. Jones again. He's fouled Højlund and Amrabat, and it's a yellow card for Curtis Jones for a double, and a free kick to Manchester United in the centre circle, and that will relieve a bit of the pressure.
Yeah, it will, and it was good play from Højlund. I thought he could have slipped in and he made a really good run, but when your team's under pressure and can't get out, the best thing to do is buy a free kick, and that's what he's done there.
Free kick in the centre circle. Free kick. Manchester United waiting to take this. Champions League commentary coming on Tuesday night, the big match in Madrid. You'll hear that with us on 5 Live from the Spanish capital, and all of the top midweek football covered. Commentary on Liverpool's match as well, by the way, against